Arcadian outpost and establish their fate. We must then infiltrate the refinery and complete...
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So, recently Israel has just fucked up Iran, and Iran has responded with a bunch of ballistic missiles, which didn't do a whole lot of damage. Killed one lady and wounded like 70 people. At this stage, there's probably more people incoming to die, but at this point Israel has a bunch of what you would call it, bunkers and stuff. But a lot of people are saying, Israel just attacked Iran, or Iran escalated the conflict, or Iran escalated the conflict to a dangerous new level, or Israel is currently threatening World War III, and like all this other stupid shit, just all blaming Israel for the Iran-Israel war. It's fucking absolutely ridiculous. Like, you have, let's say you've got a shitty Islamic country, they train up and fund terrorists, the trained up and funded terrorists then go into a country and kill civilians because they're terrorists, they want to inflict terror. And apparently that's not an escalation to war. Like, directly killing civilians through a proxy is not an escalation to war. That should be cause to start a war. And like, this is like just a regular pattern of behaviour with Islamists. Like, we almost saw a fourth Kashmir war with that series of events. Just that exact same series of events, right? Like, Pakistan's armed and trained up a terrorist group. Terrorist group went into India, captured a bunch of people, I think it was like 60 or something, sorted them out into Muslims and Hindus, let the Muslims go, killed all the Hindus. Like, direct ethnic targeting of Hindus in India. And then, like, fled back across the border. India, that should have been pretext for war immediately. Like, India should just immediately have just glassed Pakistan. Like, what are we talking about here? And then India struck Pakistan, and apparently, India's escalating to war. No! What the fuck? What is this stupid shit? What is this stupid leftist shit? It's almost like you can never hold Islamic people, like, accountable for their actions. Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then after that, India struck back, targeting terrorist camps in Pakistan. And then Pakistan responded by targeting civilians again, just with artillery. Like, the whole fucking thing. Like, even the intent there. Like, India was targeting terrorists outright that Pakistan basically lied about and said, no, we don't have any terrorists, they were acting on their own without sanction, all that sort of stupid shit, the denial. And then India rightfully struck them in reprisal, and then Pakistan hits back, targeting civilians again, as if to say, no, it was us all along. Like, the same fucking thing is happening with Iran and Israel. Iran funds like 6 different proxies in and around Israel to attack Israel. Like, just a short list, right? Iran has given money, training, and weapons to Hezbollah in Lebanon to launch rockets in the north. They launched rockets in coordination with Hamas invading on October 7th. That should be stated. So it's not just independent actors acting on their own, it is coordinated. Hamas in Gaza with rockets and obviously guerrilla war. That's like internal to the south and the west. Palestinian Islamic Jihad in the West Bank. They just occasionally do terror attacks and shit like that. The Houthi movement in Yemen to the south. and they launch rockets from the south, sort of the south east bottom there, up into Israel. And then you've got also Iranian-backed militias in Iraq that launch drones into Israel. And obviously now Iran itself is also using terrorist militias to launch ballistic missiles into Israel. So, what's this rhetoric of, okay, using a terrorist proxy to attack civilians is not an escalation to war because it's a proxy, it's not a direct thing, but somehow deliberately having a country openly attack like a military terrorist base in another country is an escalation to war? Like, and like the IRGC funded all of those, by the way. There's like paper trails to the fucking lot of them. But like, what's this saying? Is this like sort of like saying civilians aren't worth anything? Like, the point of the government is to defend the civilians. If your civilians are being attacked outright, even if it's through a proxy, the government should respond to that. Like, what's this stupid fucking rhetoric? What's this rhetoric of, oh, it's okay if a terrorist proxy that your enemy has paid kills your civilians, it doesn't matter. Like, no, terrorist attacks fucking matter. Like, what is this argument? That alone is grounds for war. Unprovoked attacking of civilians for like, what would you even say their reason is? Ideological reason? Like, it's insane. And like, that's even before you have a look at just Iran by itself. Like, forgetting like the Iran-Iraq war where it like deliberately used unarmed child soldiers with nothing but plastic keys in wave attacks against the Iraqis during that war, getting just countless numbers of them killed. Like, forgetting that, like, that should be enough. Like, they hold foreign nationals from other countries hostage for like negotiations and shit. Like, it recently executed, I think it was a German, and like that pissed off and soured the relationship between the Germans. Like, it would be stupid to allow these people to have nuclear weapons. Like, they're rabid Islamists. Like, they would use a nuke on Israel immediately. They're attacking Israel with like 5 or 6 different proxies like right now, and directly attacking it with ballistic missiles. A lot of it unprovoked, a lot of it directed towards civilians outright, not even military targets. Like, you want to give them a nuclear weapon? No. Like, what is this argument for the sovereignty of Iran here from these fucking retarded leftists that want to treat Iran like... They're like anthropomorphizing it. They're assuming it's like a stable Western democratic constitutional republic. No, it's like a totalitarian radical Islamist shithole. They attack civilians all the time. They are a global state sponsor for fucking most terrorism. Not some, most. Like, in addition to like what the 6 above that are attacking Israel. Like, there's another 5 in Iraq, like terrorist groups in Iraq that just target civilians and shit, and like opposing factions and other Muslims and shit like that. There's like another 2 in Bahrain. There's the Taliban in Afghanistan, which recently brought back child marriage, bloody kills Christians and shit all the time. It backed Assad in Syria with the Soviets, so they were on the Soviet side of the Cold War, kind of. like fucking just Assad was fucking horrible, like was using chemical weapons and shit. Like, to be fair, Iraq used chemical weapons and shit in the Iran-Iraq war, but then again, I reckon chemical weapons, not such a big deal when your opponent is using unarmed child soldiers against you. Like, even if you use chemical weapons in that instance, you're still like the lesser of two evils, because who the fuck uses unarmed child soldiers in wave attacks against you? Like, like, there's levels to this fucking evil game. not only that, it also like backed jihadis in like Africa that fucking kill and behead Christians and shit. Like, Iran's a state sponsor of all of these. It was like something like $700 million globally, and like, you know, all sorts of fucking insane terrorist plots. Like, most of these to persecute and attack and kill like peaceful Christian minorities mostly, but also other minorities like Druze, Yazidis, Alawites in Syria. Obviously Jews. Try to kill as many Jews as they can in Israel. They're just really bad at military conflict. They can only seem to attack and kill unarmed civilians with militias and terrorist attacks. They can't seem to really stand up to, you know, militaries, which is, I suppose, good for us, but fucking hell. When our leaders are so weak towards Islam, like, ugh. And like, okay, so funds all of them. How many plots has Iran been involved in that just, you know, target civilians and stuff like that? Like, you ask Grok this and it just tells you like outright 100, 150 plots conservatively. I think that was in the last 50 years. Most of those like involving many civilian deaths. And like the types of plots we're talking about here are either killing dissidents in their country, killing dissidents abroad, terrorism abroad, civilian massacres, mass killings, assassinations, bombings, kidnappings, just like multiple dead, like usually many dead in each plot, hundreds wounded, and like that's just in the last 50 years, so like multiple a year, just many a year. And to like put that into like context, like we're all Christian nations in the West, right? Christian free West, we're all Christian nations. So how many Christians have like Islamists killed over the last like 100 years, let's say, conservatively? Well, just terrorist groups, between 120,000 and 450,000. The mid-range is 200,000 to 300,000. That's like 3,000 a year, like conservatively, just from terrorism. And Iran's responsible for most of that global terrorism. And that has like issues with reporting in corrupt Islamic countries as well, where they won't properly report extrajudicial killings and all that sort of shit. If we include, you know, states with that, that number jumps to like 410,000 to 1.28 million over the last 100 years. That's like 12.8 thousand a year. That's like 35 Christians a day dying to fucking retarded jihadis and Islamists in Islamist countries, just persecution. It's like 35 a day. It's just a fucking nightmare. And like, the current ideological head of a caliphate, if you can really call it that, sort of like a caliphate, is Iran. Like, it backs most global terrorism with the idea of forming, you know, some sort of radical Islamic caliphate. Like, a bunch of its neighbors are kinda secular these days, like Saudi Arabia and all that sort of shit. But, like, why would you ever defend Iran? Let's say Iran's getting bombed to fuck. Why would you ever, like, go out of your way to condemn Israel for bombing, like, Iran? Like, anyone, wouldn't you just keep quiet? Like, even if you hate the actor that's doing it, you just, like, quietly breathe a sigh of relief that Iran's getting fucked up. Because, like, you know, it's kind of a big fucking problem that no one really wants to deal with. Like, they kind of attack civilians everywhere. And our governments these days are fucking weak. Like, in Australia, for example, we've got Anthony Albanese. Do we think Anthony Albanese is going to do anything? Like, he recently brought in, like, 27,000 Afghanis. Like, post-Afghanistan war Afghanis, which was, like, the dumbest fucking thing ever. And now we're proxy involved with Israel versus Iran. recently Penny Wong said, oh, the situation in the Middle East is concerning. Yeah, like, as if we couldn't have predicted that the Middle East was eventually going to go back into fucking war. Like, how many wars? Like, there's one every, like, 10 years or something in the Middle East. There's been fucking more than, like, 12, 15 countries that have tried to fucking invade Israel. Basically, every one of Israel's neighbors, and even Iran, which isn't a neighbor. And then occasionally you got fucking Houthis and shit just launching rockets like from fucking super far away. It's the whole fucking thing's ridiculous. Like, why would you ever bring Muslims into this country? They don't even bring anything valuable in. Like, their culture's fucking trash. All they've got is Islam, and Islam's fucking trash. Like 900,000, it was 900 million child marriages since the year 1900, which, like, what's the benefit to that? That's just fucking horrible. That's the worst shit ever. Like, why would you ever think that introducing that culture into Australian culture to try and cover up from your birth rates, from your shit fucking feminism and leftist policy, which has, you know, destroyed parts of Australia? Why would you ever think, the solution to the low birth rates is to bring in a hostile culture that has pedophilic raped 900 million girls since the year 1900? Like, what's your fucking political thinking there? Are you like the stupidest cunt ever or what? Like, oh, let's just bring in a bunch of pedophiles and murderers. That'll be great for our culture. That'll be great for the melting pot of Australian culture. Like, no. If anything, can we, like, bring in the Christians in these countries that are getting persecuted, so we can have the good, decent Christian people that are holding to their faith even despite Islamic persecution? Like, I'll take all of them in a heartbeat. And ethnically, they're the same as the Islamists, probably a little bit less inbreeding in their genetic material, which is good. But yeah, I'll take all of those in like a heartbeat over like 27,000 Islamists. Like, that political move, now that Israel and Iran are going to fucking war, it seems, they're openly launching ballistic missiles at each other. If either of them have nukes, well, we might see a nuke. Like, in the next, 5 years, we might see a nuke eventually. And then our government says, we'll just bring 27,000 potential terrorist risks into Australia. We'll ignore the Christians that are getting persecuted in these shitholes. Even though they'd be much better for the fabric of Australia than, you know, any number of Islamists, like, and obviously so. Oh, like, what's the thinking here? I've got to assume that they're deliberately trying to destroy Australia with their stupid fucking policy, right? That's what it's got to be. but yeah, and then you've got leftists like rallying hard for the sovereignty of Iran, and it should be able to defend its borders and maintain its sovereignty. It's a sacred nation state. Like, no. The cunt's responsible for most global terrorism. Like, and its type of leadership, like, is a totalitarian shit state. Doesn't have a constitution. It's like not democratic. Like, it's a dictatorship. It's a fucking horrible Islamic dictatorship. The other more secular Islamic nations don't even fucking like it. And you've got leftists condemning Israel for, like, targeting it. Like, these are the stupidest fucking people ever. And I don't know what it is. Like, take Dave Smith, for example. He's fucking right on the money about the COVID jab, about most libertarian things. Keep the government out of everything. Don't let the government take more rights. Gun rights are good. Like, most things he's right about. but just this. What did he say? He said something about Israel escalating the war or something like that. I'd say when you've got a hostile state funding terrorist proxies that deliberately kill your civilians, doesn't really fucking matter at that point if you're escalating or not, if you're directly attacking them or not. You've got a hostile terrorist proxy killing your fucking civilians. I think you've got bigger problems than optics at that point.
Rites of activation have been observed.
Alright, so anyway, is Israel justified in bombing the cunt out of Iran? Yes. Yes, in my opinion. Well and truly, Iran has it coming. Like, not just for this, not just for their conduct in other warfare, like with child soldiers and all that sort of shit. Like, just glass Iran. It's one of, if not the most worst actors in the world at this point in time. Well, like, I suppose Russia has like the sheer numbers just because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the number of its own people it's killing by, you know, marching them into kill zones and all that sort of shit. Like, Russia probably has the raw numbers at the moment, and it's not really heaps much of a global actor elsewhere at this point in time, just because it's got its hands full. But in all the other theaters, in all the global terrorism, like, and Islamic warfare is obviously significantly worse because they use rape in war and all that sort of shit. I guess Russians do too, but on like a much lower scale. But yeah, it blows me the fuck out how these fucking leftists that hold liberal Western values in most instances, well, they're also weak in the West. Like, we used to like hang rapists and hang pedophiles and hang murderers. Now we just keep them alive because we listen to liberals for some fucking reason. Mind you, that kind of makes me a bit extreme because I reckon you should probably hang, 900 million Islamists that had child brides. That's me advocating for the deaths of 900 million people. Like, yeah, I won't think too hard about that, but like, just the liberal ideas, they're just so fucking bad. Like, that's a suicidal idea to back the sovereignty of Iran in a war with Iran against Israel. Like, even if you don't like Israel, wouldn't you just stay quiet? Because you should realize, like, morally speaking, Iran is significantly fucking worse than Israel, than anything that Israel has ever done. Like, even if you're seeing, like, all of the X stuff, of all the children dying in Gaza and all that sort of shit, and you're seeing that and you're saying, no, that's 1,000,000% Israel's fault. Hamas wasn't at all responsible for it. The Palestinians weren't even a little bit responsible for it, even though they elected Hamas. Like, you see that, like, can't you also see the shit Iran has done in the past? Like, okay, you're talking about a few dead kids in videos. Iran used kids in human wave attacks, unarmed kids in warfare in human wave attacks against Iraq. Can't you, like, go one-to-one, go, okay, alright, Iran's probably a little bit more evil than fucking Israel. Like, yeah, nah, and like, they are just fucking blind to the threat of Islam spreading, particularly in their societies, like, because most of the liberals that support it are like kinda weak atheists. If they hold religious values, they don't have them strongly. But these fucking atheists, they don't recognize Islam as the threat it is, and they never seem to be able to hold Islamic individuals and Islamic countries responsible for their crimes. Like, anytime you look at, like, any of the warfare in Gaza, Like, you should be able to look at it and go, okay, strategically, Hamas set the board for this to happen, right? Horrible war crimey October 7th, deliberately designed to draw Israel into a war. Then they start launching rockets from orphanages, hospitals, and mosques and shit like that. With the express intention to get their own civilians killed, to then use them for propaganda in some sort of Vietnam war, optics war, to withdraw support from America from Israel. Okay, like, you see that, and you go, Israel 1,000,000% responsible. Israel wouldn't be fucking bombing the shit out of these places with kids in them if it were not for Hamas, right? Can we say that? Or like, it's just a fucking nightmare. And like at the same time, they'll completely ignore all of Hamas's crimes, all of Hezbollah's crimes, all of Houthis' crimes, just launching rockets deliberately at civilians in Israel, trying to kill Jewish civilians because they want to kill Jewish civilians. Like, that's it. And they'll just ignore all that. They just won't see it. It won't register in their mind. Or they're somehow these Gazan civilians, they're the most noble of us, and they deserve even more sympathy than all the Christians in all the Muslim countries that get killed ruthlessly, brutally, in some ways kind of like martyrs. Like, they have the option to, forcefully convert to Islam and then their lives will be spared, but they choose not to and get murdered, like, true martyrs of the Christian faith. Like, just ignore all those people because you're a leftist and you don't like Christians, I guess. Just ignore all those, like, noble people truly suffering just like Jesus Christ. And then, you see Gazans that fucking elected Hamas, and, give them all the money, give them all the international aid. Hamas stole it? That's too bad. Give them more. Okay, take money away from Israel. So Israel can't work its Iron Dome, so the rockets get through. Yes, do that. Like, where the fuck are liberals coming from with this stupid fucking shit? I'll never get it. I'll never understand it. Like, okay, yeah, like, dead kids, I get it. One dead kid video looks absolutely fucking horrible. But, like, the videos aren't the only thing. Like, I'll look it up right now. I'll ask Rock, how many children died in the child human waves in the Iran-Iraq war? Alright, ask Rock. It said at least 50,000 Iranian children may have been killed while participating in combat, including human wave assaults. Other reports mention figures ranging from 95,000 to 250,000 child soldiers killed overall during the war, although these may not have been exclusively tied to the human wave attacks. Okay, so we got between 50,000 and 250,000 children dying directly as a result of being used in warfare on Iran's side. What's the craziest fucking Hamas thing? How many children have died in Gaza? What's the most insane collateral damage numbers? Wasn't it something like 30,000, but they had to revise it like way down, and it's like alright, it says between 13,000 and 18,000, but a lot of those may have been 17-year-olds with AKs and all that sort of shit. They don't differentiate between children and combatants, because we all know Islamic nations love to use children as combatants. Well, hey, look, there was 250,000 killed in the Iran-Iraq war. They used child soldiers in fucking Africa, so I mean, at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, Okay, so we've got 13,000, 18,000 collateral, 50% responsibility for Israel, 50% responsibility for Hamas, and we'll grant the Palestinians, let's say, 20% responsibility because they elected Hamas, at least initially. Okay, so partial responsibility for 13,000 to 18,000 dead kids, or in Iran's case, 100% responsibility for up to 250,000 dead kids used in warfare directly. Which one's more evil? Like, just objectively speaking here, can we just use that metric? Not to mention, like, deliberately attacking civilians and pretty much, like, globally, just wherever they fucking can, kind of. Like, wouldn't you say that and you go, okay, Iran, Israel, like, even if you hated Israel, wouldn't you just say, okay, let them wipe each other out, rather than, you know, try to soft obfuscate for Iran, kind of back Iran in this, just because you hate Israel so much? Wouldn't you, like, objectively look at it, like, even if you, like, say you hate both sides, okay, good, hope they wipe each other out. You hope it's sort of like Alien vs Predator, they both fucking kill each other by the end. Like, what are we doing here? Why are fucking leftists still in positions of power in media and government? They're fucking stupid. They're the worst fucking people ever. They don't know anything. It's a fucking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But, you know, good on Albanese, 27,000 fucking Afghanis in here post-Afghanistan war. Australia's little Satan compared to America's big Satan. Hate UK, but, you know, we'll bring in 27,000 of them in Australia. That'll be fucking great. That'll work out great. What? Oh, Israel's launching fucking airstrikes on Iran, and Iran's responding with ballistic missiles. Oh, the global terrorism threat has just risen because Iran's under attack and probably has sleepers in many countries. Fucking great. Thanks for that fucking winning politics there, fucking Albanese, you stupid fucking lispy cunt. You probably just got Australians killed. And we called this ages ago. It's one of the reasons why I voted for One Nation. We fucking predicted this. What a fucking absolute nightmare. But anyway, in conclusion, kind of fuck Iran. Yeah, like, who cares if I get the shit bombed out of them? Like, the bunch of the worst fucking people. Yeah, fuck them.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Disgusting Tyranid scum. Changing magazine. Resupply.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Another Xenos fireform eliminated. Space tag to zone approach. Xenos cycle outmatched by Select. You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Rearming.
They are nearly upon us.
They are over the top. Incoming!
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
Let us spark the flames of vengeance. We have laid waste to the enemy. A fine victory!
Tyranid biosigns down 90% and fall. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract.